But first, drivers sound off about Governor Hochul's plan to bring back congestion pricing.
It adds up. And when you are stretched thin already because everything's going up in prices.
But supporters say it is worth the cost. Does it really ease traffic? What our Ali Bauman uncovered in London, where congestion pricing has been around for years. Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson. The governor revived her congestion pricing plan today. The goal here, she says, is to raise money for the MTA at a lower cost to drivers. It's now set to go into effect on January 5th, before President-elect Trump takes office. The new charge would be $9 for cars, lower than the previous $15. As Ali Bauman reports, the governor says that it's saving drivers money, but many do plan to fight this.
We met Rachel Gordian running errands in Yonkers after a long day of work in Manhattan. How do you get into the city?
I drive 3 days a week, and then I take the train 2 days a week.
A school administrator in Chelsea, Gordian dreads congestion pricing.
And when you are stretched thin already because everything's going up in prices in the city, inflation and all that, it's just one more ding.
After pausing congestion pricing indefinitely in June, Governor Kathy Hochul announced its relaunch on Thursday. The new toll would charge $9 per car instead of the original $15 to drive below 60th Street.
We're still getting the $15 billion to fund the MTA, and drivers are paying $6 less.
The plan first needs approval from the MTA and federal government, but the governor hopes it can go into effect on January 5th. Hochul insists the sudden push has nothing to do with the election results, even though President-elect Donald Trump has promised to kill congestion pricing when he takes office, saying in part it will put New York City at a disadvantage over competing cities and states, and businesses will flee.
People who have to drive for whatever reason will spend less time wasted in traffic. I think Donald Trump may understand those issues as a New Yorker.
Other adversaries to the plan include New York Republicans and the Democratic governor of New Jersey.
I'll be damned if I'm going to stand around and let the MTA balance their mismanaged, out of control budget on the backs of hardworking Jersey families.
Advocates argue the charge is necessary for reducing traffic, funding much needed upgrades to the subway system, and improving air quality.
I think the MTA is in desperate need of help.
I think that when people see, more elevators being installed in subway stations, newer signals that allow the trains to run more frequently, they'll get it, that it's worth the cost.
Earlier this year, I traveled to London, which has had congestion pricing for the past 2 decades. In its first year of the charge, congestion there dropped 30%, but the traffic returned, and by 2022, London was ranked the most congested city in the world.
But it's not had the lasting effect on increasing traffic speeds and improving the predictability of journeys.
It has put $3 billion into London's public transit, and the city attributes its slowed traffic speeds to added bus and bike lanes.
It's about overall vehicle numbers going down, but that space being repurposed for other uses.
Back here in New York, commuters remain skeptical.
They've been saying they're going to help the trains for years. I'm a native New Yorker. They still have not fixed the trains.
Ali Bauman, CBS News, New York.
If you take any of the 4 tunnels into the congestion zone, there may be some ways that you can save. Cars with Easy Pass can get credits of up to $5. It's $2.50 for motorcycles, $12 for small trucks and charter buses, and up to $20 for large buses. That is for peak hours only. Tolls would be reduced by 75% overnight. And for those that use the GWB, well, there are no credits on the table. We have much more on congestion pricing on our website, including the political ramifications of this plan on CBSNewsNewYork.com.